I had bad information at that time. I made a mistake in my statement.
It's a dramatic change in the story from Trump and his legal team as the Russia probe intensifies.
There was no collusion at all. There was no collusion at all.
Trying to find collusion as a crime.
It's not. Collusion is not a crime. I don't even know if that's a crime, colluding about Russians.
Democrats say Team Trump has lost all credibility.
You know, I'm not sure that Jay Sekulow had another option other than to say that, but he looks absolutely uncredible, as does the president.
It's also worth noting Jay Sekulow advised the president to avoid testifying before the special counsel, but adds if the president is subpoenaed to testify, he'll fight it all the way to the Supreme Court. Sandy.
Richard, thank you. Coming up after the break, Vision Quest.
I had no symptoms whatsoever, and it was rather alarming.
How DNA is helping to fight a potentially blinding eye disease, and the search for a missing boy leads to a disturbing discovery.
Across Canada, a phenomenon is taking place. From coast to coast, its inhabitants can be seen coming together to make the long journey to attend a remarkable event. As a proud partner of Special Olympics Canada, we're having a special summer celebration at Kia all month long in honor of their 50th anniversary. Don't miss out on any of the action.
I work hard now, all night for this.
What? We don't care, we want you.
He was lost until they found him.
It's always a sunny day when Christopher Robin comes to play.
Disney's Christopher Robin now playing.
23, 24, 25.
What you doing, baby?
The insurance company wants to know how many feet to the nearest fire hydrant for a quote.
Ain't that a drag?
Total drag. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
The world has changed, and finally, insurance has too. With Sonnet Insurance, you just answer a few easy questions, and our advanced analytics does the rest. No confusion, no guesswork. We just insured our home.
I'm not even confused.
Sonnet Insurance. Get insured online today.
So I've got an interview and a date tomorrow. Double duty calls for a designer suit. Ready for the corner office.
And the next one.
Now through Monday at Moores. Select designer suits are $299.99. Plus payment savings about 70% off original prices. Tailored for Canada. Tailored for you.
Hey Canada, did you know that Brick carries all the best sofa brands with an amazing variety of style and comfort? Get 60% off this Cindy Crawford Home genuine leather sofa when you buy the matching love seat or chair. The Brick, saving you more.
I mean, I say I do it for her, but really, it's just as much for me.
Buy one pillow and get one 50% off every day to treat the entertainer in you. Pier 1, this is me. An aviation tragedy in Switzerland. A vintage aircraft carrying tourists plunged nose first into a mountain, killing all 20 people on board. The flattened wreckage is all that's left of the plane, a propeller-driven model built in 1939 for military use. Most of the victims were Swiss. Officials say evidence indicates the plane dove straight down at high speed. 2 other vintage planes operated by the same tour company are now out of service while the crash is investigated. Some terrifying moments in Southern California after a small plane fell out of the sky and crashed into a car in the parking lot of a busy shopping center.
That car was actually unoccupied and parked. The plane made contact with that car, and that's why it's in the position it is now. Fortunately, that person was inside the store shopping at the time of impact.
The twin-engine Cessna, which declared an emergency, went down just blocks from an airport. All 5 people on board were killed. No one on the ground was hurt. And police in New Mexico made a startling discovery in the desert today. They raided a heavily armed compound near the Colorado border, searching for an abducted 3-year-old boy. He was nowhere to be found, but inside a filthy underground trailer, they discovered 11 emaciated children between the ages of 1 and 15.
These children, the best way to describe it is they literally look like starving refugees. I'm a 30-year police officer. This is by far the worst thing I've ever seen as far as living conditions. This one hit us all very hard.
3 women believed to be their mothers were also living there. Police arrested 2 men at the property. One is the father of the missing 3-year-old. The 11 children have been placed in protective custody and are now recovering. Well, researchers in Canada are very excited about a new personalized treatment for macular degeneration, which is the leading cause of vision loss and blindness in people over 60. There is no cure, but researchers say genetic testing and vitamins may hold the key to slowing the progression of the debilitating disease. Here's CTV's medical specialist, David Favreau.
You can't build a detailed model plane like this without great eyesight. So when Percy Ford Smith discovered he was slowly losing his vision in a routine eye exam, he was shocked.
I had no symptoms whatsoever, and it was rather alarming.
So let's see how, as you look in today.
His diagnosis, macular degeneration. That's where small growths or bleeding in the back of the eye block central vision.
Surprisingly often, the patient won't notice it and I will be the first one to pick it up. And the sooner you pick it up, the better their outcomes are going to be.
There's no cure, but there is a new genetic test using cells not from the eye, but from here.
You can open your mouth, please.
From a small sample of DNA from the mouth. The genetic test then calculates how quickly the macular degeneration will progress and how often patients should be monitored.
I generally will see them about every 6 months, and now I will tell them, I want to see you back in about 4 months because you're at a higher risk, or I might say I want to see you back in a year.
What's more, the test will also identify who will benefit from vitamins that have been shown to slow the degeneration, and the some 15% of people for whom zinc may worsen their eye disease. And Percy was in this group.
By having the test, I was told that I was taking the wrong vitamins, and it was time to change.
He now takes zinc-free supplements, and his most recent test shows his eyesight has been spared for now.